Batista has the perfect genetics for bodybuilding. Still, he turned to steroids. He talked about it in interviews and in his book. He packed on muscle at a breakneck pace. His gym buddies were blown away. No matter what time of day or night they showed up at the gym, there was Dave pumping iron. Working out became his drug, an addiction that would never let go of him.
I look at Dave and he had to be the biggest human I'd ever seen in my life.
His physique earned Dave respect. Still, he kept getting into scrapes and some very nasty, violent fights. One was so bad, it landed him behind bars.
I got in a few fights where people may have lost some teeth. And so I was in jail, and I just knew I just didn't belong there.
In jail, Batista realized he was on the wrong path. He'd had run-ins with the law before, but this time, he really screwed up. When he got out, he started working as a bouncer.
Work all night, I'd go to the gym. I'd sleep all day, I'd go back to the gym, and then I'd work all night again.
In 1990, something happened that turned Batista's life upside down. Dave became a father. He tied the knot with his girlfriend Glenda, and 2 years later, they welcomed their second daughter into the world. Dave was in over his head as a dad, but it finally pulled him out of his life of crime. He wanted to step up and provide for his kids. Then, another woman entered his life, Angie.
I just thought he was absolutely amazingly beautiful. I really did. I've never seen anyone of his size, and I always had interest in bodybuilding and things like that. He always looked kind of sad. And I just remember thinking to myself, I'm going to make him smile.
They met at the gym. Soon enough, Batista was cheating on the mother of his children with Angie. But that's not the end of it.
They actually caught us together. It was actually probably the most embarrassing moment of my life.
That was the nail in the coffin for Batista's first marriage. From then on, Angie and he were joined at the hip. Back at the gym, fate had one more chance encounter in store for him. Mr. Perfect and Road Warrior Animal were working out when they noticed Dave. They were blown away by his physique and encouraged him to give wrestling a shot. Dave was already pushing 30, much older than most wrestling prospects. But an idea had taken hold, a dream. He wanted to become a wrestler.
I had no future until I started wrestling. I had nothing. I was broke and penniless and I had no goals or ambition.
Batista started wrestling at a WCW tryout. The trainer, Dwayne Bruce, couldn't stand the sight of him. He said Dave would never make it as a wrestler. This remark cut him deeply. Dave is still angry about it to this day.
I was livid. Who the hell is that little midget, with a big mouth gonna tell me that I'm not good enough, that I can't do it?
Dave set his mind on proving all the critics and haters wrong, but his shy nature often ruined his chances. After a show once, he was asked for an interview by a major news channel. He wanted to do it, but he just couldn't. Moments before, he started shaking uncontrollably. He had so much anxiety, it made him want to throw up. He craved the spotlight, but at the same time, it made him sick. When WWE held an event in his hometown, Batista did something completely unexpected. He broke into the Capital One Arena, hoping to catch the eye of some of the bigwigs backstage. He cunningly sneaked past security and spent multiple hours looking for Vince McMahon or talent chief Jim Cornette in the hallways of the arena. Eventually, he was caught and thrown out.